may not have any of those teams you like, but we have all sport. And if it's not a sport, trust us, we'll find a way to make it one. Nose. This is Winning Wednesdays, the only place to get updates on the Absurdcity Fantasy Football League, presented to you by Arbitrary, the credit card you didn't know you needed.
Hey guys, and welcome. My name is Tabitha. I'm here with Joey and Omar Sandwiches, and this is the first ever episode of Winning Wednesdays, presented to you by... Hang on a second here. Oh, we got all this music stuff going on here. Anyone want to know why this trap stuff is? I'm just gonna mute that there. Okay, there we go. Always initial hiccups and butterflies on the first episode of this, but like we said, this is the one place where you're going to get Absurdcity Fantasy Football League updates and coverage. So week 1 in professional football is done. It's over with. We have 6 victors. We have 6 people that fell to defeat, and we are going to cover that all for you today. We're going to have some press conferences from yesterday. We're also going to look into next week. And guys, how are you doing?
Tabitha, I am fine. I appreciate you and Omar joining me and putting this together for what is really an absurd thing that we're doing. And that's the only thing we know how to do on this channel is be absurdly unhinged. And I gotta say, I like what you guys have on today as well. These are all shirts that are featured on the Sometimes Joey Plays RedBubble site. The link is in the description. Yeah, for the record, don't get used to me wearing this. Hello, everybody. It's good to be with you this afternoon. It's the day before a new football week, as that will be tomorrow. And yes, I didn't have many options, so I went with this shirt of you holding up a piece of paper with the number 100 written on it. And I went and got the Jetstone Scientist, I'm a Scientist hoodie. It's very comfy, and it was also just hilarious, those interviews that he put out recently. So, yeah, that's why I am wearing it. And so, what are the biggest takeaways you guys saw from week 1? Well, what I saw was some victors that I wasn't expecting to be victorious. We're going to pull up those final scores in just a moment. The future division really went heavy in. Oh, Jesus, hit my foot. Went heavy in on the wins for this first week, but with fantasy, it's only week 1. So, yeah, people can enjoy the short-term victories, but there's a long way to go. As the thumbnail suggests, we had one that only fell by a couple of points or so. So that is tough, but like Joey said, it's week 1, and it's really going to come down to really managing your teams in between the weeks and how you're going to make adjustments to your roster. Excuse me, I almost had a burp there. Yeah, we're gonna see shortly that there are some changes that were made, and some people drop people, some people move players to the bench. Maybe there's going to be a time where people are going to be put on the disabled list. So with Tabitha, do we have the final scores?
We do, the final scores from last week. And we don't want to get too far there, but let's we're going to need the intern or something to get these queued up for us better. So here are the odds to win the championship updated from the opening of the season, and we can see a bunch of changes there. So why don't we pause it here, as we got this music and everything going. Let's and hi Tabitha. Tabitha is in the chat. So the perhaps biggest jump is to see that Joey from the future went all the way from 1,100 up to 500 plus odds by Why Are You Betting, and that's because of a big opening week win, which he just snuck and stole from Pterodactyl.
Yeah, those ones are tough. I think he only won within, I don't know, like a point and a half or something like that. It was really, really close. And yeah, you said, Omar, yeah, it's week 1 and you're not trying to let the best of everything get to you. or everything get the best of you, whatever. But this could come down to the final week of the season, the regular season, and make the difference between making the postseason and not. That's called sports. Yeah, that's just called sports. And it's everything is always woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? And you lose by that few of points. It's Pterodactyl's gonna have to shake it off, honestly. And there's not much can be done about it. So, but impressive win for Joey for the future. Again, he had such bad odds coming into it after the draft. To see him jump up like that, it's tremendous. We'll continue to look here at the board, and on the left side here, these are in order, obviously the shortest odds to the longest odds, and a lot of players moving up, particularly from that future division, the historic division, really dropping down, and really a disappointment to see that Joey from the past went from plus 200 to plus 800. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe his time to be big was in the past. I mean, just necessarily that, and not any higher. Again, it's hard for me to really make these big, bold predictions because we're only going to be in the second week coming up, which starts tomorrow night. And people are, I know in my experience, I'm always reluctant with a Thursday night game because you just, I don't know, you just never know with such a short rest. And these teams haven't played any preseason. That's something that I picked up on as I watched this week. There was a lot of just sloppy offense that just didn't seem very fluid, and they've reduced the number of preseason games and adding on extra regular season games, which I don't know if that's good or bad for the fantasy game, but these starters aren't taking reps in the preseason. They're only having people who might be on the borderline of actually making it or not. They're the ones that end up going and playing all the reps. So if we can get past this first week, nobody scored over 200 points, we could start to see that offenses are more consistent and will do more. I don't have a script or anything here. Just I'm doing my best here. Indeed, all we are. Every time we switch here, one of those little stupid old stream backgrounds come up. Just ignore it. So we look once more here. I kind of wanted to play it a little bit because I like the music. There you go, that nose music. Any other major takeaways you guys see from this? Obviously, Gary Nuts and Pterodactyl stay put at their original odds, and we'll update this week by week for you to see how the odds are going. But Joey, you're saying once again projections are just that? We shouldn't look too deep into them? Yeah, I don't think we should. I know people who they'll have a fantasy league, they'll do a draft maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks before the football season even starts. And these are people who are addicted to fantasy. I don't know if they get some sort of, I want to be careful with what I'm saying on YouTube and stuff, but orgasmic rush, if you will. And it's all fun and games until you do the draft and realize that you're just staring at projections and your roster for, a good 4 weeks or so. And, that's what the Absurdcity Fantasy League tried to avoid by having it so close to the kickoff. And we aren't going to get a solid idea of who's consistently performing well, who's managing the team well until we get into about, week 4. Yeah, Omar, you would say a lot of this in fantasy is about managing your team week from week and making educated decisions, not necessarily off just projections, but perhaps the matchup, if someone's injured. So do you agree with Joey that probably week 4 is when we'll start to get a better idea of who's going to be competing for the big golden ribeye steak? I had to remember which steak it was. Yeah, it's a ribeye. Ribeye. It's a big. No, it's a T-bone, isn't it? It is a T-bone. You're right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a T-bone because it's like T-bones are like 2 steaks. So, impressive trophy. By the way, if you haven't seen the preseason preview, you can click the link in the description and you're gonna find that and you're gonna know what the heck is going on here. Yeah, because I think for those who are watching live, first of all, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, whatever that is that you're doing, yeah, the multiverse universe, cinematic universe of this channel, they are competing in a fantasy football league. And this is my fun, because every time I do a real fantasy football league, I get 8 million unread texts. There's always cursing, and there's always like violent words thrown at each other, and I'm told, oh, don't take it personal. It's just fantasy. Yeah, it's all just fantasy until I walk outside and my car's on fire. Did that really happen? No, it didn't. But it's gonna get to that point one day. I mean, so many. Oh, these people are so dead. Oh, jeez, I keep hitting my leg on this thing. Are so serious about it that it's gonna happen one day. Well, yeah, because there's money on the line. It's $50. Like, look, I'm not saying like $50 is like nothing to sneeze at, but I mean, we're not playing for $300,000. In that case, somebody would be going to jail. Yeah, well, we don't want anyone going to jail here. Nice try, Diddy. Let's pull up one more time. Let me get this up for us. There we go. So notable transactions. Let's get back to that in a second. Notable transactions. There we go. There's my head. Yeah, like we said, the biggest thing is week to week, how do you manage your team? And there have been some notable injuries, but not everyone necessarily has to make a move. Typically, if you are higher on the waiver order, yes, you're going to make those moves. So here, let's pause it here. This is from Heinrich's Butt Sponge, notable transactions. These are our top 4 we consider to be the most notable transactions. And first is Sir Joey, who has now added Tua Tagovailoa to the... I need help with that. Just like Tua. No. I can do this. Tua Tagovailoa. I need, see, all you did was put his face on there. You didn't put his name, so I don't know how to like phonetically say it. Tua Tagovailoa. There we go. That's much better than whatever I was trying to do before. So he is now added to the Sir Joey roster, dropping Roman Wilson because of the injury to Jordan Love. Gary Nuts has added Aaron Rodgers as Lamar Jackson was listed with a questionable injury, and I'm sure Gary probably just needs a backup quarterback. It's not a bad idea. I think in my own personal fantasy league, I have Aaron Rodgers drafted as a backup because, hey, you just never know, and not a bad idea if one is going to have a better matchup versus the other. Jake Thummer with Lawandale Robinson there, dropping Will Shipley. I guess it makes sense to drop any Philadelphia running back that isn't Saquon Barkley. And that's because there was an injury to Puka Nacua, so another wide receiver for Jake Thummer. And perhaps my favorite here, we've got scientist Jed Stone picking up Isaiah Likely, because as he told me on the phone the other day, you could see it in the shorts, is that he was quote-unquote butt juice. And we got another Chad, Lindsay. Hi, Lurking. Hope you're well. We're all well, Lindsay. Thank you. As we are here on Winning Wednesdays presented by Arbitrary, the credit card you didn't know you needed, as we look ahead into week 2 of the Absurdcity Fantasy Football League. And maybe if you are in your own fantasy league yourself, you find this interesting. If not, well, I hope you have a snack or something to find this really fun. I thought I heard there was going to be snacks or wings or something here. I've been getting really inconsistent words on that too. And you know what? We're getting to the point here where this is really taking me off here, that we got all these like things popping up in the background. You guys know my secret now. Hey, it's okay to have some hiccups. Just don't beat yourself up about it. I wasn't. You do. You do sometimes. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, so I think, getting Isaiah Likely because Mark Andrews was butt juice, you could put both of them in there. Seems like a terrible idea to me. But yeah, that was due after Mark Andrews only got 8 points for what's his name. Okay, pause it here, and we're going to look at the schedule for week 2, which starts tomorrow night. We have a couple interdivision. I think guys, we're always going to have a couple interdivision. Mafias versus Future Joey. Pterodactyl versus Scientist Jed Stone.
Jake Summer versus the Little Fire Engine Joey. Gary Nuts versus Cowboy Amos Payne. Joey's Brain and Sir Joey going at it. And then Past Joey and the Janitor. So you've got a few matchups there where there's 2 winless teams. You got a winless versus someone who is lossless, if that's the term. But we have 2 matchups in particular where both are 1-0 going into the matchup. So who do you like out of these matchups?
I don't like any of them because they didn't let me in my own, they didn't let me into my own fantasy league. But, looking at, future Joey's riding a lot of momentum after that sneaky win. I expect Pterodactyl to bounce back because Scientist Jed Stone is just too stoned for my liking to actually put together a winning combination to, I don't know, win a fantasy football league championship. I mean, this guy really tried convincing me the other day that they shouldn't count the yardage in Brazil because of the metric system or whatever. So, I have a really hard time in thinking that that's going to work out for Scientist Jed Stone. Otherwise, I like Cowboy going against what's his face, going against Gary. Can't believe I just did that to Gary. What's his face? Because with that, you got 2 old guys going at it. I'm sure that their bickering would be very nice and everything like that. Whatever you want to call it, but just bickering really nice after all. But yeah. Well, you said a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to figure out what your point really was in all this. But we need to take a look once again at these matchups here. Now let's look at the winning probabilities. Mossy is running away with this already before we've even started. So that is, again, it's just predictions. But I expect Pterodactyl to really lock down and look. Ow. Okay, everyone, stop putting stuff under the desk. By the way, can I just say really quick, I am very, very happy that we've been able to do this from home. Yeah, that's a great incentive to do this. So we didn't have to go anywhere. Is that thing still blinking? Yeah, it is. Joey, do you want to try to fix it? I would love to, actually, because it's getting on my nerves, and I know it's probably getting on everyone else's nerves. Don't know why it does that. Is it because of... don't know if it's there. See, there it is again. It just blinks for a second. It's just really, really annoying. Be careful. Yeah, I like Pterodactyl to make a comeback. I know Gary only has like a 51% chance, but I like him going as well. Jake Summer is still going to run away with this, in my opinion. I think he is still the favorite. My brain is a butthole, so I don't like him at all. And then Joey from the past is so adorable. I hope he does make it back into competitiveness. It is blinking. I hope it can be fixed. Well, we're going to have a talk with OBS about what's going on here. Technical difficulties do happen. It is all good. It's all great. It's all great, Lindsay. I appreciate it. I was told the other day, don't. There's always going to be hiccups and stuff. Just don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. If you build it, they will come. And by the way, congrats again, Joey, on 200 subscribers. Hey, I appreciate that. Yes, thank you, everybody who has subscribed. And if you're new here, I would certainly love more, because more is more. But in all seriousness, it helps the channel grow and would allow me to do this. If not full-time, pretty close to it. Yeah, there's nothing good on television anymore, so I would definitely watch whatever stuff you guys are putting out, especially if I'm in it. Can I just say also, Omar, you really did not have any role on this channel, because when you appeared, you didn't even have a speaking role. No, I didn't. That's right. It was, Joey, what was it? It was like the second backyard football video you did? It was the second video of the redo season. It wasn't the original season. It was game 4 of the revival of the backyard football run. Yeah, exactly. And you had me and Job, who were in a press box, which didn't even look like we were facing the field. We were like facing a camera. And so I just didn't say anything. I was just there. I didn't expect you to say anything. I didn't expect you to have a role of any kind. Eventually Job did, and then we were lucky to get you onto the playoffs.
Yeah, it's funny how the world works. Funny how the world works indeed. So that is your projections for your schedule, for week 2. Of course, that starts tomorrow night. And your winning probabilities, look to see Matthias and Pterodactyl dominate with their probabilities. If you're going to bet on why are you betting, the question is, why are you betting? That's why it's called that, in case you didn't pick up on that.
I'm sure everyone did. It's not that clever, Tabitha.
And don't discredit yourself, Joey. Okay, the video eventually advances. There we go. The notable Thursday night players, as we take a look here. And the season's already started. That's starting tomorrow night. So Thursday night players, how do you guys feel about having Thursday night players?
I get nervous when I do, because so much of it makes or breaks on that game, especially if it's a high-profile player. And these 4 guys have high-profile players. There's Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Tua, and then Cook. They're all playing tomorrow night. I think all these, there's a short week for everybody involved, and it makes me nervous having them that early. Yeah, I see, and there's really no good way around it. At some point, your guys are going to have to play a Thursday night game. So, you hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I wouldn't say that it's definitely not worth benching any of them. I mean, you still got great players going out there. So I would, if it's the thing that sucks is when it's your quarterback, and they suck on the first game. And then you got to go the rest of the week with, very low expectations of winning. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was holding that in for a while.
Yeah, what a classy network we have here. So do any of these teams get a win just off of Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, the top 2 right there, Jake and Gary Nuts, those are both explosive players. Tyreek Hill probably still playing with a chip on his shoulder. Not to my knowledge that anything's happened with that weird road detainment incident. But nonetheless, hey, it's good to see him playing. And is the blinking not happening when we click?
Yeah, I think it's only happening on hotkeys. Well, that's annoying, because if someone were to be clicking, then they're going to hear it, and then there goes the magic.
Well, excuse you, Valencia. How about that?
What?
Look in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a chat there. Okay, am I supposed to say hi to them? I think really my job is to address the chat, but there's no rules saying which way or not. I mean,
yeah, we didn't really come up with that. Also, I gotta say, it's nice that you guys have nice, condos or apartments wherever you are, and I'm stuck here in the basement.
You'll move out someday.
But why do my fictional characters have places of their own, but I don't? You could easily put me in your basement too. I don't have any control over anything here.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's move on. That was kind of awkward, but yeah, moving on to the next part here with that good old nose rock music. That's Kevin MacLeod, by the way. The Internet's composer is the nickname he has. So, and put your bets there. I want to see. We have press conferences from yesterday. Tuesday always being the big day for waivers and all that good stuff. So come on, queue up now. Anytime now.
Get the intern. Well, where's the intern? Who's the intern for today? I think it's Robbie. Oh wait, there's other stuff first. Yeah. Pause it. So yeah, okay. So the top 5 week 2 player predictions, and you see 2 of those players. Well, actually, excuse me. No. There's 2 players that play on Monday night. One's playing tomorrow night. That's Tyreek Hill. But it's spread across. No player has 2 top 5ers. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. But Monday Night Football, Joey, I know your Eagles are on there, so you don't want to see Bijan succeed. Hey, how good do you think C.J. Stroud will do against the Bears? So he might do pretty good. Who has C.J. Stroud? We're going to have to look it up. Someone definitely does have C.J. Stroud. So let's take a look at a little Chase and Bingus. Good to have you join us today on this Winning Wednesdays presented by Arbitrary. That was a nice job there. Yes, it was. Oh, see. Yeah, okay, it's when we're using the hotkeys, which, of course, I don't. Who knows what reason we would need to use hotkeys. So, yeah, we're pulling up right now. Let's see who does, in fact, have the defending Rookie of the Year, Mr. C.J. Stroud. That'd be Matthias. Yeah, so Matthias, this is also why he's so like projected to do well. You got the defending rookie of the year, class player, and an offense that only keeps growing with all those weapons and Diggs and Dell and just yeah. So Matthias is definitely prone for ready for a good year. So wait, there's advertisements over here too. Yeah, are you not not looking at the monitor? I just turned the monitor on. I didn't even know I was on camera this whole time. Well, fortunately, we're just PNG, so it's not like you can like pick your nose or anything like that. But yeah, we've been on camera this whole time. Hey, wait, that's my picture right there. Yep, that's what Joey makes the SJP stars wear on Redbubble, including all the stuff you see here. Shameless promotion, but hey, can you blame us? I want to move out, please. Just I love all your support, and I want to get out of here so bad. You ever thought about just like saving your money and just? I'd rather not talk about this right now. Go back to the sports. There, Patrick Mahomes for Joey from the past, always a consistent quarterback. And yes, I want to see Jalen Hurts maybe get even more points for little fire engine Joey, as it's the Eagles. So that's what I want to see. Okay, so let's get off the topic about my personal finances for just a little bit. And oh look, there's a press conferences from the other day. So let's check in on what Matthias had to say.
Congratulations on your win and all your points in week 1. What players stood out for you this week?
Well, I mean, obviously my players, they scored a lot. Thank you, Jaden Reed. Thank you, Cooper Kupp, for getting me all these wonderful points. And Shane, just great. We really put that fire engine to shame. Like the fire engine puts out fires, I start fires. So yeah.
Really coming out a fire engine. I mean, that I didn't even think about that. That Mafia starts fire. He carries 2 flamethrower guns and he beat the fire engine. Well, with little fire engine Joey, I don't think he actually puts out fires necessarily. I've never seen him put a fire out. He's showed up when it's been referenced, like fire's been referenced, like someone's on fire. Gretchen Hasselhoff, Gretchen Hassel on fire. He went by, and then the butt juice alerts. Now he's got the bottle of butt juice chained so he can, with wheels, so he can bring it around with him. By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar with the league, the loser gets a big expired bottle of butt juice. The winner, a golden T-bone steak, and then second place, 3 bowls of spaghetti. Yeah, what made you decide on 3 bowls of spaghetti? It's like look, I mean, spaghetti's good. 3 bowls of it, you can have 1 tonight, 1 for lunch the next day, 1 for dinner the next day. It just seemed like a decent enough prize to where the runner-up wouldn't be that upset. I mean, I don't know. It's better than nothing. I think I'd rather have nothing. In this economy, I think the spaghetti might actually be a good thing. So yeah, we heard from Matthias there, who is now projected to be the favorite to win the whole shebang, to win the golden T-bone steak. But let's hear from Joey. Oh, you want me to say something? No, it's you in the future, silly. Let's hear what you had to say yesterday.
Hey, Joey from the future, congrats. How big is this win knowing that you were projected so low to finish in the standings?
Well, projections are that, they're just projections, but it really feels good to stick it to all of you who had me at plus 1100, and the first win is very big.
I have respect for the pterodactyl, and it was a very, very close nail-biter, and we'll see how that ends up being at the end of the season, but I see a big W and the golden T-bone steak at my house. Oh, jeez. Thank you, both of you. Thank you. We had it muted while the video was playing, so we didn't have any stuff going on in the background, but thank you for catching that. Okay. Omar, read that again. Oh, I have to really read this twice. Hey, homie, I checked your video. Seems like you are new and kick not yet of affiliate of Verified. I got a proposal for you by fairing your stream. If he probably wants money from you or something. Yeah, probably does. Well, ladies, thank you for letting us know we're mute. We're back and better than ever. So yeah, I don't know why kick is like that, but so any thoughts on what future you had to say, Joey? Well, again, he is independent from me. I know he probably took that very personal, in which he said, because he was projected to be so low from all this, and I don't blame him. And he stuck a one out. He stuck out a win. Oh, anytime you do that, yeah, you feel like you're on top of the world, but it's still a long way to go. Can he carry this into the next way? Sure. He's going to have to manage his team, but I like the confidence and I like the chip on his shoulder aspect. Yeah, I agree with Joey. Omar, have you just checked out at this point? It is like 4 o'clock. I was kind of hoping to get a nap at some point. This is not the time for a nap. You should have taken that nap like at 3 o'clock or something. Well, what's wrong with the 4 o'clock nap? I don't know. Like when you pass 5 o'clock, it's like a different point of the day. Maybe like you're supposed to have like supper or something, and you really call it supper. I want to. When I'm eventually a husband and have a household, I would like to refer to it as supper. But I feel like supper, not everything qualifies as supper. Like hamburgers are not supper. No, I wouldn't say that's supper. Like goulash would be supper. Yeah, I can see that being supper, but not like. I wouldn't say tacos are supper. No, tacos are just tacos. Hot dogs are hot dogs. Unless it was like hot dogs in the goulash, and that'd be supper. Okay, we're getting very off track. But so let's take a look. We said we had Cowboy Amos Payne also at the podium yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of like this whole press conference thing. I hope we could do this every day.
Hey, Cowboy Amos, congratulations on your Week 1 win. You're going to have a very close matchup in Week 2 against Gary Nuts, who also won his Week 1 matchup. What do you think will be the difference maker in that matchup?
Well, I'll tell you, we're both old, so, I mean, that's kind of got a nice ring to it. I love Gary a lot. He's great to have a smoke with and a thing of whiskey. So I think at the end of the day, we'll just end up playing golf or something, or maybe bowling, or maybe not golf. Golf's better because that's outside. So I'm not too worried about it. As long as we all have some fun and I win, then that's what's most important.
We're muted again. Don't confuse us now. I do get them confused. They're both old, that's why. So yeah, I think that that's because some people, they like to be away from the TV and from the scoreboard and everything like that. So I can understand wanting to go golf because there's nothing you can do. Once everybody is activated, that's that. And everything is out of your hands. It's just like a parlay. There's nothing you can do. And a watch pot doesn't boil. So I think that's a decent idea to go golfing. I went to see if I can golf. Am I allowed to golf with them? Or is that a conflict of interest? Joey, that's your call. This is a fictional fantasy league in a fictional universe. Omar, do whatever you want. I think you have to make me golf with them. Okay, we're getting really, really too far in the fourth wall breaking here. For the 200 subscribers, there's going to be a live stream dinner. I guess it's a mukbang or whatever. It's this Friday, approximately 5 p.m. Eastern, but we'll let you know what actually time that starts. Now, are we going to be there? Tabitha, what? No, it's probably impossible.
So yeah, tomorrow night it is going to be Buffalo versus Miami, and Thursday night, and that will be our first time to get a look at some scores. And check back, of course, on the channel as we've been posting on the community each day, as we're not going to be able to get these out every week, probably, or not every day. I mean, no, it's Wednesday, it's Winning Wednesdays, and if we have to do a special Tuesday edition of it, you just slap a disclaimer on there. Okay, Joe, you want anything else to say while you have the people directing your attention?
Please like, comment, subscribe. It's really appreciated. There's Backyard Soccer on here now. And, Saturday morning special. That still happens.
Yep, and I will be here for that. Omar, you'll be doing something else because I don't know what baseball is. Because he doesn't know what baseball is. Okay, everyone, thank you for tuning in to Winning Wednesdays, the first episode for Joey and Omar. My name is Tabitha. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and go football.
This is the network of sports entertainment. Nobody knows sports like we know sports. Yeah, we may not have any of those teams you like, but we have all sport. And if it's not a sport, trust us, we'll find a way to make it one. Nose.
I'm so glad I got a haircut today. I actually look like human for once.
Yeah, it looks great. I can't tell the difference.